My national interest and civilizational interest comes first. Everything else is secondary. A specific amendment to the Citizenship Act, which is meant to facilitate faster acquisition of citizenship to refugees, उसका भारतीय मुसलमानों के साथ क्या लेना देना है? I have no reason to trust a Pakistani Muslim. I have no reason to trust a Bangladeshi Muslim. Okay, Pakistan was partitioned with a bloody partition in 1971. Okay, did Bangladesh say we will now merge back with India? Then people said, what about Ahmadiyas? They are not seen as Muslims. अरे भाई, at least थोड़ा तो history पढ़ लो. Ahmadiyas were among the foremost proponents of creation of Pakistan. You asked for it. अब वहां पे जाके आप भुगत रहे हैं. Did Ahmadiyas ever find it in themselves to create an alliance with Hindus and say both of us are commonly affected? Let's speak up for each other. CAA has a historical context. But before I come to the long-winded historical context, I'll give the straight answer. What does it do? Previously, for a refugee from Pakistan, Bangladesh, or Afghanistan, if they wanted to apply for citizenship in this country, there were a certain set of criteria that they had to satisfy. Cut-off dates, documents, how many years they've actually lived in Bharat for them to say that they intend to live in Bharat for the rest of their lives. That period was about 11 years. That was reduced to say you don't need to live here for 11 years to claim or ask for citizenship. That's one. And second is, it basically says in these countries, there is a marked anti-non-Muslim persecution where non-Muslim minorities don't seem to be having a great time at all. And the demographics are fast dwindling. And with each passing day, there's a serious problem. Now, when they act on that and they come out with the CAA, the first question that people ended up asking is, will Indian Muslims be affected by it? A specific amendment to the Citizenship Act, which is meant to facilitate faster acquisition of citizenship to refugees, उसका भारतीय मुसलमानों के साथ क्या लेना देना है? Ask yourself this simple commonsensical question. Show me one provision from that amendment which deprives an Indian Muslim of his right to citizenship. It doesn't deal with that at all. Target audience बाहर का है. आप अंदर के लोगों को यहाँ पे उकसा रहे हैं.
I think the question is, why not just apply it on the refugees and not the Muslims already living here?
Very clear answer to that. In the backdrop of the two-nation theory still active and kicking, with partition having, let's say, played itself out on a religious basis, I have no reason to trust a Pakistani Muslim. I have no reason to trust a Bangladeshi Muslim. Okay, Pakistan was partitioned with a bloody partition in 1971. Okay. Did Bangladesh say we will now merge back with India? No. So the premise of the partition, which is two-nation theory, that Hindus and Muslims cannot live together, continues to be the premise for the existence of Bangladesh. Otherwise, they would have marched back. We celebrate what? Oh, common Bangladeshi culture, Bangla culture, language, sari, food and all that. None of that played a role, right? So therefore, we are very clear about the fact that I don't need to extend the very same benefit of doubt that I gave to the Indian Muslim to Pakistani Muslims or Bangladeshi Muslims under any circumstances. Then people said, what about Ahmadiyas? They are not seen as Muslims. अरे भाई, at least थोड़ा तो history पढ़ लो. Ahmadiyas were among the foremost proponents of creation of Pakistan. You asked for it. अब वहां पे जाके आप भुगत रहे हैं. Why should we end up inviting you back? You'll come back here and create the same trouble that you did when you were with us.
Okay.
Please go to their website of Ahmadiyas of Pakistan. Their website categorically boasts that we are among the founding communities of Pakistan and today we are being ill-treated here. So, an internal feud between Ahmadiyya Muslims and non-Ahmadiyya Muslims doesn't change the fact that you opted for a particular decision in 1946 and 47. Why should I change my position?
Maybe because the grandparents opted for it.
You're telling me that the Ahmadiyya community continues or at least has no anti-Hindu and anti-India animus today? Wouldn't that be at least let's say, shouldn't that be the subject of a basic study to find out what is their position today? Okay, let's ask this question. Hindus and Ahmadiyas are persecuted by the Punjabi Sunni majority of Pakistan. Okay? Did Ahmadiyas ever find it in themselves to create an alliance with Hindus and say both of us are commonly affected? Let's speak up for each other. No. The Ahmadiyas continue to spew venom against Hindus in Pakistan.
Okay.
So, if 80% of this country is Hindu, assuming, let's see, Naya census kya kehta hai, we don't know, it can be less than that. Why should I endanger the life of 80% of this country by inviting people merely to say, I too am secular, I too am humanitarian? मुझे ये सब बोलने की जरूरत ही नहीं है.
Okay.
My national interest and civilizational interest comes first. Everything else is secondary.